We're gonna stop a lot in this scene because there's so much happening. All signs are pointing to she wants this. What's going on? If you think that it is impossible to dominate a dominant woman, not only can it be done, but it can be done in 5 minutes or less. And we see how he does it here. So let's jump back into it. Welcome back to our scene breakdown and review of Babygirl. Now, we've talked on the first 2 weeks of this. We've really gone over the overarching themes and principles, especially when it comes to female arousal, dominant female arousal. And then last week, we started talking about the importance of presence and how presence can help you as a dominant subtly and erotically test for submission, test if that submissive wants to be with you, and then start testing how submissive are you willing to be. Even though we're still gathering data here and we're really building the dynamic initially, it does not have to be void, nor should it be void of eroticism. And so really that is the theme today. We're going to break down one scene in particular, and I'm going to show you how exactly in less than 5 minutes you can get your dominant woman from hard and cold and stuck in boss bitch mode to literally crawling on the floor and eating out of your hand. We're jumping back in today, about 36 minutes into the film, when Romy shows up to her husband Jacob's premiere. Now, he's a director. He's been working on this play. It premiered tonight. Huge deal for Jacob. Amazing. Romy's there looking gorgeous, showing her support. But Samuel has another plan.
Hey. Hi. Good. So how's things in the robot business? Do you have a phone addiction? You know, that's...
No, Stephen, I have a job.
Oh.
I have to go because I have this work emergency.
Hold on. This is the one night event, you know? I need you by my side.
I'm sorry.
Baby.
Okay, so if you were watching last week, you know I said that you were going to see an escalation in the tests because the tests have evolved from, is she submissive, to, is she willing to be submissive to me? Now we've escalated. Now we're at, how submissive are you willing to be? I didn't include this portion in the last video because although this is a test, we are now actively influencing her real life. We have escalated it that dramatically. Samuel sent her a text at her husband's premiere. Meet me at the office. I'm assuming something like that. Ding. Instantly goes over to Jacob. Says, I have a work emergency. I have to go. She didn't wait around. She instantly responded to that text. Left her husband's premiere only to find a note. Meet me at this hotel tomorrow. The entire time Samuel is downstairs watching this happening, watching, is she willing to be submissive enough to me that she would leave her husband's premiere to be obedient to me? That was a whole bunch of fucking territory that Samuel just took up. And when she left the premiere and he saw her do it, that was a big check. That was a big, okay, I have taken up territory in this arena. So what we're about to watch right now is her going to that meeting. And I'm going to play this entire scene through now that he knows that he has territory. This next scene is him really going, okay, you're in my territory now. I'm going to break down how he was able to get this in her head. Strong, powerful, dominant, authoritative, you don't tell me what to do woman on her hands and knees, crawling to him, eating out of his hand. It can be done. And he did it in less than 5 minutes. A number of things that were done so beautifully here. And the first thing, and this is why I say dominance, set your scene. Set the scene up to be as erotic as possible in your physical space. Because what we're seeing here is Romy actually getting more and more dominant because of the space. Number one, she has a lot of money. She hasn't stepped foot in a hotel room like this likely in over 10, 20 years. It's in likely a rundown part of the neighborhood. You can hear sirens and stuff outside. The room is kind of shady, kind of dirty. It looks gross. She's not used to any of that. And it's making her more cerebral, more up here, right? She's also noticing, you invited me here and you're not here. Excuse me, I'm the CEO that hosts a meeting with you, a 10-minute meeting, and says you have only 7 minutes left. Time is very important to her. And so what is he doing? He's already leveraging that to get the upper hand. I'm not going to be here waiting on you like a little puppy dog. I'm sorry, that's a new concept for you, but you will have to wait sometimes. So really, we're kind of teaching that lesson in a very unspoken, subtle way right off the bat. This is also the importance, like I just said, setting a beautiful, clean space. It will start automatically sinking the submissive into a more positive, open mindset. But here, I'm going to show you how we accomplished it, even despite the scene. And that can be done. That actually can be done.
Oh, you're here.
Sit down. We need to have a conversation about this. It's what you're doing is wrong. Your behavior is unacceptable.
What behavior?
That's all I have to say. That's the only reason I'm here, to stop this and your wild behavior.
We're going to stop a lot in this scene because there's so much happening. But that's our first point, is we see just how dominant she is right now. She left her husband's premiere for a reason. She went to this hotel for a reason. None of those reasons were to scold him. Nothing in this movie has given us the indication that she intended to go there to scold him. What I'm seeing happen is we got curious, we got excited, we got a hit of subarousal, we acted off of a whim. Now we are made to wait. We're in this gross hotel room. And you know what? No, I'm the fucking boss here. So she shifted into this hard space. Now, how did he handle it? Gentlemen, did he get offended? Did he dismiss her? Did he feel bad about himself and say, oh, I guess she's not interested. What am I doing wrong? No, he's seeing the volleying happen right now. And he knows, okay, you are in cerebral boss bitch mode. You are in this dominant headspace. And he lets it happen. But notice how he sits down. It's not this, he doesn't give any energy of like, oh my gosh, I'm a scared little child. He sat back like, okay, do tell. Please share. Go for it. So he's really holding his own here in a beautiful, beautiful way. So let's jump back into it.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Leaving me notes, texting me, calling me, keeping me waiting in this disgusting hotel. Anything.
Sorry, no, but I'm confused though, because you want me to. You show up here. You don't know me. I'm a stranger dressed like this. You expect me to just look at you and not do anything? I'm not something you can just pick up and play with.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, I think it's really, really important to stop here and make this note, which is dominance. If you are being met with resistance that you do not understand, it is not bad for you to call it out. And if you do it well, you can actually use it to leverage your domination. And that's what we saw that he just did. He's like, look, in his mind, I've gone through all of these tests. She's passed all of the, is she into submission? Is she willing to be submissive to me? How submissive is she willing to be? All signs are pointing to she wants this, and yet she's not open to it. What's going on? And dominance, that can be such an erotic way to really shift the power dynamic, sink that submissive into that right headspace, is call it out. Mirror it for that submissive. Just like he did. What do you want? What do you want from me right now? Because we agreed to have a power dynamic, but you're not holding up your end of the bargain. What do you want from me right now? You can do that, dominance. Like I said, if you do it well, it really mirrors the submissive's behavior back on them and can give them this sense of like introspection or even insecurity in a positive way that can really increase that power gap just by you holding up a mirror and go, you're being difficult. Why? And that's what he just did, essentially.
Get on your knees.
No. What?
Get on your knees now.
No.
I don't know how to... Is that what you want? Be honest.
I don't know.
Okay, there it is. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. Again, call it out. Call it out. She was trying to escalate, then he tried to shut it down, and she wasn't having it. And then he's like, what do you want? I'm here confused and exasperated. What do you want? Be honest. And just meeting the submissive on that level with that level of intensity, be honest with me. What do you want? That again can be really, really powerful because what it's doing to her is it's actually causing her to evaluate her own behavior. I said I wanted this. I'm here because I want this, but I'm resisting for some reason and I don't know why. And that right there, we need to talk about for a minute. That sentiment where your wife, your woman, that submissive lady in your life that says she wants more authority, that says she wants more masculine energy, that says she wants more of a power gap, but then you push and she pushes back at you. And then you're like, what do you want? And then she goes, I don't know. That is where you will find if she's high powered, cerebral, in her head, successful, owns a business, whatever. I'm split. She's trying to communicate that she feels split on the inside. I want it, but I feel this resistance and I don't know what to do. I'm going to translate that for you. What she's saying is I'm stuck in dom space and I don't know how to get out. If you're seeing this kind of resistance, this kind of pushback, but yet she claims to want it, she claims to want more of a power gap, and she's resisting, but she doesn't want to, but she doesn't know why. That's often the case. I'm stuck in dom space and I don't know how to get out. And so he receives that without insecurity. And that's a key here, dominance. If you, dominants, are wanting to dominate a high-powered, successful, dominant woman, you can't be insecure. You cannot be insecure because the second you attach your performance or your identity to your domination and she doesn't bend the knee when you point and snap, you're going to get in your head. You're going to be overloaded with imposter syndrome, performance anxiety, all of this. The more secure and powerful and dominant she is, you must be all of those things at a greater level. All right. So let's jump into how does he do this? How does he show I can guide you here? And if you're watching these scene breakdowns with me and really wanting to tap into your dominant energy, if things are clicking, I just came out with a brand new Patreon resource, my quick start guide for dominance. I have one for male dominance and one for female dominance. And each of these guides is a 5-page download for you to give to your submissive. At the end of this 5 pages, dominance, you will have all of the crucial framework information to quickly initiate a scene and very efficiently get them into Subspace. Just go over to patreon.com/LXerotica. I've linked it in this description. And this post is available for individual purchase. Become a monthly subscriber and you can save 50%. You do not want to miss this quick start guide for FEMDOMS or dominant. This will give you the tools to really start leveraging the techniques that you're seeing from Samuel in this series. You don't want to miss it.
I don't know. You're very young. I don't want to hurt you.
Hurt me? I think I have power over you because I could make one call and you lose everything. What, does that turn you on when I say that?
So that was really her I would say, her cerebral justification for what the block is. I don't think she really is aware of DS or her own self at this point. I think that was her own cerebral justification for why there's this block, why she's stuck in dom space, but she doesn't have the language for that. Is, I'm older, I'm more successful, you're very young, I don't want to hurt you. That to her was how she was justifying it. And he called it out. No, that's just an excuse. That's just a justification. Here's what's really going on. Again, he's so present that he watched her reaction. She softened. Did you notice? She softened. She got introspective. She got soft. Her whole demeanor changed. And that's when he pushed. Again, he's so present. He knows when to push, when to hold back. And he goes, oh, does that turn you on when I say that? So now he's really going, okay, where do I get the hook to shift this power dynamic? And we just saw it.
Get on your knees.
Notice how his tone was different. Look at the smile. It's okay. It's a very coaxing. Instead of commanding, she didn't do well with the command to kneel. So we're coaxing the kneeling now.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
God, yes.
I don't like that.
All right, you know how I just said his tone shifted from commanding to coaxing? Is he's troubleshooting in real time. And this is what you can do the more experience you have, but he's troubleshooting in real time. He's going, okay, I started out with a commanding tone. And again, this is what I teach every month in my erotic intelligence masterclasses on Patreon. Get signed up. You don't want to miss it because I really dive deep into the practicalities of what we're discussing here. Tone matters. Tone combinations matter. And so he was able to do it so well by kind of troubleshooting in real time, going, I started commanding with her and she pushed back. She's a little softer right now, so I'll soften too. We'll see what happens when we try to coax. And he got further with the coaxing than he did in every other time. However, she's still in her head. We started to fall. We started to sink. We started to drop to our knees. And then, nope, our defense mechanisms kicked in. Our fears kicked in. Our insecurities, our anxieties, all of the dom space stuff that she's locked up in came flooding back. And that's what I'm talking about. Getting your submissive out of a cerebral headspace and into an open space where they can actually feel their body again and be present in their body. That's why, because instantly, if you're in that cerebral headspace, it gets activated, you go into this. And then she's running away. She's trying to avoid because it's uncomfortable, but then we still want it. So we still have this massive internal struggle happening right now. The way that Samuel handles it is beyond brilliant.
I don't want to like that. Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sometimes that's all the submissive needs. Just hold them down and tell them to stop. Because what he's doing is all this kinetic, anxious energy where she doesn't know what to do with herself. This internal battle, this internal fight is now coming out in an external battle with Samuel. What he's so confident and he's so secure that he does not take this as an attack. He does not take this personally. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't get aggressive. He doesn't get defensive. All of those are signs of a very insecure, dominant, and a very powerless man. This kid has so much power. He was able to see what was happening in real time, not take it personally, and actually speak to the very battle that's happening right now, just saying, stop. Stop all of this. Stop the energy. Stop the anxiety. Stop the pushing. Stop the fighting. Just stop.
Open your eyes. Please.
Now that's important here that he has his eyes closed and he's just kind of holding her down. Why is he doing that? Dominance. It's okay to stop, pause, and recalibrate in real time. And that's what he's doing. He's trying to get grounded again. He's trying to figure out the next move in real time. Now, the thing is, she, as we'll see here, does not let that happen. She's still so much in dom space and feeling so uncomfortable about this. He's trying to get grounded. What does she do? She's trying to open your eyes, take control. She's not letting him have that moment that he needs to recalibrate. She's still trying to push the agenda, push the time, all of this. Her even trying to open her legs a little bit, like, here's me trying to acquiesce on my terms, is essentially what that move was. He's not going to let that happen. But again, he's not aggressive about it because she's not going to respond well to that energy. A lot of times, dominance, the more high-strung, neurotic, aggressive, masculine, high achiever, perfectionist, dominant that she is, you're going to need a combination of high levels of authority and command coupled with high levels of eroticism and nurturing at the same time. And we see how he does it here.
Hold my hand and...
Okay, so quickly, he's getting the space that he needs. This is how he recalibrated. Okay, go in the corner. Give me a moment.
Maybe take your clothes off? Can you do that?
I don't want to.
Why?
I don't know. I don't want to.
It's fine. Just maybe come sit here.
So notice first off, you see how she turned around differently? You see how her facial expression and her energy and all that is way different from the time he put her in the corner just, what was that, 20 seconds ago? She's fearing punishment. She really is. She's fearing punishment. She's feeling like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what to expect. Like it's not necessarily punishment from him. It's just this female experience of being punished for being erratic or punished for not knowing what we want or changing our mind or whatever. And he's soothing that. And he got her already feeling small and soft just by, here, let me help you stand up. Hold my hand. Walking her over to the corner, that little hand move on the back of her neck. Yes. Positioning her in the corner. All of that was very tender, nurturing energy, but it was very dominant and very directive. What is it doing? Gently softening her little by little. And now we see, oh, her whole energy has shifted. Second point I want to make here is dominance. This is how you know when to keep pushing and when to kind of acquiesce to the level of your submissive's comfort. He demonstrated it so well here. What was his initial directive? Can you take your clothes off? Why? Because we're trying to create that power gap. And she says, no, I don't want to. Now, a lot of dominance, a lot of new dominance or dominants who just watch porn would get belligerent, angry, aggressive about that. He's actually a wise dominant. And he understands that that's the benchmark for pushing a submissive or acquiescing to their level of comfort is what will get them to open up more. We want to facilitate and foster the process of more openness, more expansion, more intimacy. And by him pushing, take your clothes off, what was it going to do? Close her up, not open her up. That's how you know dominance. You want to know, Miss Elle, how do I know when to push, or when to back off? What will get your submissive to be more open? If you've been following my content for any length of time, you have likely heard me describe it as safety, trust, vulnerability, and intimacy. Intimacy being into me, you see, fully exposed without fear. That's when we do all the fun, kinky shit. Into me, you see is the goal. So what will open up your submissive? That is the line. That is your benchmark. That is the test for you, dominance. Do I keep pushing or do I back off? If I continue to push, will that create openness? Or if I back off, will that create more openness?
Yep. That's it.
Guiding her onto the bed, the little verbal affirmation.
Maybe could you get on all fours?
Why?
Can you just try it? Can you stop asking why? Can you just try maybe for...
Watch her face right now. And then watch it shift in real time.
Go back.
Oh, we've already shifted. Little chin pat, yes. Pull her back. Pat, yes.
Spit it out.
Ooh. You will see here in a moment the results of that little correction, and it was a correction, okay? Why was it a correction? Because this is a brand new pet. This pet is scared to be a pet, but wants to be a pet. And we were trying to love on our pet and stroke and be affectionate with our pet. And the pet pulled away. So in order to train and erotically increase that power gap, he used a tiny little bit of correction. Spit it out. We're sinking her more into the pet space. We're increasing that power gap. And it's also an act of training. No. Only good, obedient pets who let their master pet them get a treat. Spit it out. Watch how powerful that little correction move was. Again, increasing the power gap. Nope, you stay there. You stay down there. So good. So thanks to YouTube community guidelines, I can't really show what's about to happen. Jacob starts stimulating her in a way that she hasn't experienced before. But we see throughout this whole process here, when he brings her to orgasm, that she is fighting it. She is still in her head. And he's able to soothe her, talk her through it, and bring her that release. And it's really, really beautiful. Let's take a look at how she reacted and then how he responded with tenderness and comfort and aftercare. Okay, did you catch that real fast? That he had a tank top and then his hoodie on, and he gave her his hoodie to wear as like cozy little aftercare comfort. But notice that he took his shirt off. He did not have a shirt on. Why? She just got exposed. She just got vulnerable. She just had an experience feeling super exposed, super vulnerable. What does he do? He gets a little exposed too. He did not have to take that shirt off to lend her his sweatshirt. That was a very beautiful act of empathy and comfort and nurturing. So if you think that it is impossible to dominate a dominant woman, not only can it be done, but it can be done in 5 minutes or less. Thank you so much for tuning in today to this third part, this third week of this beautiful breakdown of the movie Babygirl. Join me again next week for even more incredible breakdowns and scene reviews.